All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard I'm Andrew Work from NextChange. I'm here with Peter Zou. If you don't know who this rock star is, we're going to get into it and let him tell you a little bit about Yeahmobi is all about. Peter, please have a seat. Let's get into it. People want to know about what you're up to in China. Tell us a little bit about the company, how you got started, and what you guys are doing. And what, these guys, they just closed a round for $100 million US in their last round of investment. They're doing big things in China. Peter, tell us the story.
Okay, so for Yeahmobi, basically it's we do small business. We help the Chinese mobile internet company expand to the global world. So we can say at least 95% of all the Chinese mobile internet company, if they want to expand to the global world, they will come to Yeahmobi. Yeahmobi basically dominates this niche market.
Okay, I mean, a lot of people are watching to see what's going to happen when all these Chinese companies, they want to take on the rest of the world and get into the mobile markets. You're going to be there to help them out.
Yeah.
But when you take these companies out of China, you're going to run into some of the global giants like Facebook and Google that are the 800-pound gorillas of advertising and mobile advertising. How are you going to deal with those guys as you go competitive?
In fact, like for Facebook and Google, we cooperate with them.
So you're not going to fight them?
We fight with them, and at the same time we cooperate with them because as a typical client, for example, like Alibaba, when they expand to the global markets, they will come to Facebook and Google. They will buy traffic from them directly, but they also will come to Yeahmobi and ask us to help them to buy traffic. But what's happened, typically in the reality is, when they come to Facebook and Google will not promise performance for them, because they only sell traffic to you, but they don't promise the results. But for Yeahmobi, we always promise results for the clients.
Okay.
So we call us as a performance marketing company.
So when you say you promise results, you don't mean you promise and hope it comes. You mean you only get paid if they get paid.
Yeah.
For your clients, okay.
Yeah.
I know you guys have a huge range of clients from big giants right down to really small businesses, but you don't treat them the same way, right? What are the biggest challenges that, say, your bigger clients are facing, and how do you make life easier for them?
I think for the Chinese, mobile internet company, when they expand to the global world, the first problem they are facing is localization. They don't know how to do localization and how to fit the local culture. But for Yeahmobi, we have global office. Mm-hmm. So our global office will help the Chinese company tell them how to do localization. I think that's the first step. And the second step is, for these clients, what they really care is the success of their business. Mm-hmm. So if you work with them, they spend thousands of dollars with you, you need to promise the result for them.
Yeah.
So for Yeahmobi, when they come to us, let's take one example, like for WeChat, 3 years ago, when WeChat want to expand to the rest of the world, they tell us, okay, I have 10 million, but I want 10 million users, like in India. So we get 10 million users for them in India.
Right.
That's the results,
Yeah. So even the heavyweights like WeChat, when they want to go abroad, they come to you guys.
Yeah.
And you're taking them, people sometimes they automatically think when Chinese companies go abroad, they want to go to, developed economies where the money is, but not necessarily so. It might be India, Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
All these kinds of places.
They come to, all different countries. Let's take another example. For example, 今日头条, in China.
Who's that? Sorry?
今日头条.
今日头条. Okay.
It's very hot in China. So I know in China there is around 50 teams. They are developing similar stuff in Saudi Arabia, and in Indonesia, in Thailand, in Brazil, in the United States, in Japan. Yeah.
So even places like Brazil and Japan, Yeahmobi's there, helping out. So you've got your big heavyweight customers, but you've got small customers as well, right? You're helping small businesses.
Yeah, sure. For the big customer, you need to have people, serve them day by day, one by one. But for the small clients, we use, we develop our, advertising system, and it's self-serve. So for the small customers, they will, register our platform themselves, and they will use the system. we don't have people to serve them one by one. Yeah.
Okay. So, but when you get these smaller users, they've got to figure it out themselves. And I'm guessing a lot of times, they don't know what they're doing, right? Because maybe they're starting, maybe it's their first business, maybe they don't know mobile advertising. How do you make your systems idiot-proof for like idiots like me trying to figure out how to do this kind of stuff? How do you educate people?
I think it's still the result, because like, for example, in our advertising system, typically, like for e-commerce companies, they sell product, right? So basically, like if they spend like $100 on advertising, they want to sell like at least like $300 value products. Sure. Then they can make the money back.
Yeah.
So with our system, it's very easy. So basically, they can set like 2 parameters, like how much money you want to spend today, and what kind of ROI you want to hit. Like for example, for some clients, they say, okay, today I can hit, I want to spend like 10K, but I want to make sure my ROI should be like 2.5. Then my business can break even, right? Yeah. So they can just need to enter these 2 parameters in the system and click run. Then the system will run all the advertising for them. Okay.
And do you provide any kind of control that lets them know if their parameters are unrealistic? If I want 100 times ROI on this money I spent. Does the system have a way of saying, whoa?
Typically, we for different kind of like category or different kind of business, there is a like industrial level.
Right.
Then we will give them a suggestion. Like for example, like for clothes, normally the typical ROI for clothes is like 1 to 4 in the business.
Yep.
And for 3C products, the typical ROI is like 1 to 3. So we will give them suggestion, and then the system will learn. If they set like too high ROI, then the system cannot spend money with them because the system cannot hit their targets.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of build in a little bit of realism that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me a little bit about how you use artificial intelligence on the Yeahmobi platform and the role that plays in helping you to drive results for your mobile advertisers that are your clients.
The example I mentioned is using AI technology because after the clients enter these 2 parameters, in fact, a lot of stuff is running, in the behind. For example, if one client like sets one target for us, then the system will, for example, like run like 100 campaigns.
Right.
For this 100 campaigns, the system maybe like spend like $5 for each campaign to test. Yeah. And then the system will analyze all the data after this like $5 for each campaign. Then system will learn, okay, in this 100 campaign, 60% of them are failed because they cannot hit the targets. Okay. And 40% can hit the targets. Then all the budgets will shift to these 40 campaigns. Also the system will learn, okay, for some campaign, they have the potential to hit the targets. Right. And they will say, okay, the system will say, okay, I can try another like $5 to see whether it will work or not. Okay. Yeah.
So if I'm the advertiser, I don't have to run A/B testing. I don't have to try this out, try that out. The AI runs it for me, and then I only have to pay after the results come in. Yes. Okay, that's pretty attractive because I've wasted a lot. That old adage about, the Ogilvy said that when you spend money on advertising, half of it is wasted. But you don't know which half?
Yeah, we know. We know where the money is spent.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't need to worry.
Okay, now, who's driving the AI with Yeahmobi? Are you an AI genius? Is that your background?
No.
Are you a tech guy, or do you have a team?
Guy.
You have a guy?
We have a team on that.
Oh, you have a team. How many employees do you have in the company now?
We have around 400 people, and around 150 of them are product and technology people.
Okay, and how many of those people are abroad? If you're helping people get into all these markets around the world, from India to Brazil, how many are in China, and how many do you have in other markets?
We have around like 50 people outside of China, and then in China we have around like 350, and for these 350 we have 300 around 300 in Xi'an, and the rest are in Beijing.
Okay, and the company is originally from Xi'an, is that right?
Yeah, like 7 years ago when I was in the United States, I met my first co-founder on internet. The guy is based in Xi'an, so we started the business from Xi'an.
Oh, so when you met on the internet, your co-founder, and you guys had never laid eyes on each other?
No.
And you started a business?
Yeah.
Okay. So that business, as I said, just got a $100 million US dollar round of funding. How are you going to develop the company? Where are you going to go next? Or what is next? What's in store for Yeahmobi in the future now that you're growing and growing?
Okay, so basically, for Yeahmobi, we believe in globalization. Mm-hmm. So we know that there will be a lot of opportunity, for Chinese company, to play their role in the global markets, because I think there is like 3 advantages for Chinese company.
Yeah.
The first one is the capital advantage. Like the capital is super hot in China.
Yeah.
And as long as you have the concept, you can raise money in China.
Yeah.
And with the same business revenue, you can raise more money in China.
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
Okay.
And the second reason, the markets in China, on mobile internet is very mature and advanced.
Okay.
So basically, it's advanced than the rest of the world. I think at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah. So all the business model are tested and proven in China.
Yeah.
And all these companies they already fight with each other, and they know the tricks how to be successful like in China.
When they're advertising in China and competing with each other.
They already compete with each other.
Yeah. But then they want to go abroad.
Yeah.
And that's a different game.
But the logic behind this game is the same,
Right.
It's about like how you set your strategy.
Okay.
And so I think that's the second reason. And the third reason, the people, in China, there are a lot, mature people. Mm-hmm. Because, in the world, I think only like the United States and China, they have mature, mobile, product manager and technology people.
Yep.
Because, only like China and the United States, they have like past 10 years PC area.
Right.
For the rest of the world, like for India, they will have huge population, but they don't have too much people use PC internet.
Right.
So they don't have enough mature product people and technology people.
Right.
To develop the products mobile internet.
Okay.
So I think for these 3 reasons, what I can say is a lot Chinese startups. Yeah. They are playing very good job in the global market.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna continue your development in China. As we talked about, your customer base is Chinese looking to go abroad. Will you come to a stage soon where you're going into places like India and saying, "Hey, Indian companies, we can help you to go abroad"? When does that happen? Or is that quite far out?
We are already serving some companies like that. Like we serve the Uber. We have Uber run campaign in China, in India, in Mexico. I remember at least these 3 countries. We also have some like Japanese company like to expand like to China, like to United States.
Right.
We are already doing some business like this. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to have a big round of applause and a thank you for Peter Zou from Yeahmobi. Watch out, he's coming to you soon. All right, Peter. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.